Well, the Free State SMMEs are in good spirits. We are currently at the University of the Free State Province for a second annual Smart Procurement World Free State Regional Conference and Enterprise and Supply and Development Expo 2020. Now, what this entails that SMMEs will be taught in depth on what to do regarding the supply chain and also expansion of their businesses channels to follow. But I won't be explaining that in depth, as the COO of this Smart Procurement World will entail all of that. Well, let us go inside before that to see what this thing is all about.
Well, it's a very, very important model that brings buyers and sellers together, but with two different purposes, and by bringing them together we achieve something very special. So you will see in your travels today that we have most of the supply chain and procurement buyers from the province here, from all the different departments from public sector that are here learning around different topics and capacity building topics for them within their profession, but simultaneously addressing the big need around economic impact. And that's why we have small businesses, SMEs, and suppliers that have been supported through a program with DISTIA. And like we do in other provinces and also nationally, we've taken these businesses through a bit of a supply readiness program so that when they have come now to this event, they will spend time and have the opportunity to engage with the buyers in a sort of a format that we create on the second day. So we're literally bringing together small businesses, procurement buyers, capacitating both of them in their own areas, and then looking at the market access opportunity by linking those buyers that are looking for certain products and services with the small businesses that are keen and eager to supply it.
Some key consideration and institutional and governance measures includes the integrated planning and development. Gone are the days where if you are in a municipality and dealing with landfill site, you only look at collecting and disposing or dumping. We see a lot of waste pickers, either at the gate to your house or at the landfill site itself, where they are participating in collecting that material for further processing, because we understand that waste is a resource, and from waste you can generate an income. So let's talk to management options and operations of landfill site.
I think SMME are part of our economic transformation to make sure that everything that we did at the municipal level is the SMME, because ke bona batho ba gaufinyana le rona, ke bona ka go isa moruo le go assista go fokotsa unemployment that we have in the country. Participation ya bona e kgolo haholo re ba thusa ka ntho tse ngata ka ho supplier, ka ho ba developer on to be on best CIDB level.
The system within government in terms of procedures allow in an ideal world that you budget, appropriate for a project or a program, you ensure that you plan, so supply chain practitioners has the right to call for demand or procurement plans. They then have the ability to consult with core function in terms of how it has to be executed, so it deals with specifications. You go out on a tendering process if it's above 500,000 Rand, and that process is open to the country, to the province, to call for suppliers within that environment aligned to the specifications of the need of the department, follow certain processes, implement, and then be able to follow through audit, risk and other processes after you've awarded a project, paid out funds, and then seeing that the implementation happens. But in hindsight, it still becomes a huge challenge from an intergovernmental relationship perspective for supply chain practitioners to be able to follow through with that. So their role really is the acquisition of the need, the demand that is at the demand that they need to be able to deal with at the time. And largely, if planning doesn't happen correctly, you'll find that mistakes happen in between. So where funds are reappropriated to other projects, maybe at a last minute perspective, and you're unable to really understand that in this time frame, do I have sufficient time to follow processes to make this happen? Emergency opportunities are there through deviations and other prescripts. So in essence, there are certain areas where there is some space for you to operate and do things what you need to do in the government, except align with the prescripts. From an auditor's perspective, the standards from an accounting classification, the technicalities when it comes to financial statements, compliance, controls, management, administration, those are all issues that really need to be dealt with in order to ensure that we reduce irregular expenditure.
Well, good morning. It is day 2 of the Smart Procurement World Conference, and we know that the order of the day is expanding the Free State provincial economy through small business development. Today, it will be buzzing with exhibition stalls and also small talk on teaching these SMMEs on how this supply chain development is going. Join us as we show you more.
How to do business with government. Now there's a day that you woke up and said you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a tenderer. And I normally say, if you want to be a tenderer, you must, the day when you see an advert, you must decide, I'm going to apply for that advert. But now the unfortunate part with you as service providers, potential service providers, because you still want to go into the space of tendering. You sit and you wait until briefing sessions happened. And now, at the time of submission, you are not fully finalized with your documents. Now, the Friday when you see a tender in the tender bulletin or e-tender portal, you must already start saying, this is the commodity, I want to tender, and I'm going to look for the market already. Because you're the middleman. You're not the manufacturer, you're not the retailer, you're the middleman. And then you must start putting your documents already. By the time the briefing session is happening, because the briefing session normally happens 2 weeks after we advertise, normally wants you to give them a business plan. And that is why we are always failing. People to assist you with business plan. I know from the STL side, there's someone that you must just go to the SMME's desk and ask them for someone that can help you with a business plan.
We come from Harrismith, Intabazwe, Potropong. We have boutique. Rekisa di suits, rekisa di shoes. Re tshwere dintho tse di ngata just go re no tse reng di shile because of morwalo.
Oh, okay.
People now know CSD and actually have to learn CSD. Then a department in Free State, they give me an RF, they award me, then I have to know their system. I have to put in that information there. I'm now moving from what I specialize in and trying to know all the system. Tomorrow it's Mpumalanga, they give me something else. Someone else give me something. There's no central way of knowing have we helped the suppliers or not. So we need to simplify the lives of suppliers. That's key.
A lot of training sessions and opportunities have happened, and I think a lot of them have gained invaluable knowledge through interaction with experts. And it has been a successful 2 days, and we look forward to more interactions as we conclude.
First of all, I'm lost for words. I honestly have to say that it was a very tough competition. We come from different industries, different domains, and it was not easy at all. That's the first thing that I would like to say. But thank you to my team. They are a very hardworking team. I can rely on these guys. And winning this competition, it's surreal. I honestly cannot believe it. And gee whiz, I don't know. It's Christmas came early.
The conference had key elements in it, one of it being an outstanding one. The SMMEs also merging and networking as well with bigger business so that they can know more about their business and also the do's and don'ts of the nature of growing a business in this economic platform. The 2019 Tabalaza pitches of last year, those that won are back here again for re-pitching to grow their business and for a bigger prize money. Let's just hope that Bauna Molemo from this conference itself, it was good. We saw all the networkings and we hope for a strong and good economic growth. My name is Tato Davis and I am reporting for Hlesela TV. This is brought to you by Bombenero Investments in conjunction with the Free State Provincial Government, and this is how I sign out.